What is going on, Diablo 2 fans? Dobrunsky here, back with another episode from the Human Bot Project series. Today we're grinding Hell Andariel 1,000 times. Now, for those that don't know, Andariel is sort of the quote-unquote undisputed jewelry queen of Diablo 2. She has great drop odds for BKs, SOJs, High Lords, and stuff like that. So did I find an SOJ during this 1,000 run project? Let's find out.
You're too late.
Alright guys, so there's a few discussion points that I want to go over before we actually recap Andariel's drop specifically. They're basically frequently asked questions that I've had on previous Human Bot Project series videos, so I feel like it's best to address them now instead of trying to cover a bunch of questions in the video. First up, I did all of these Andariel runs on Players 3 difficulty. Now it is true that the no drop rate for bosses specifically is a little bit better on Players 5 than it is Players 3, but the difference is so minuscule that I don't really think it's worth it, so I just went Players 3 for all 1,000 Andariel runs. Second is that this project took me about 3 months to complete, including editing time. Each individual run was only about 20 to 30 seconds, a little bit longer if I had to clip a specific highlight drop, but I kind of broke it into small half an hour or 1 hour farming sessions. Next up, I'm only highlighting the best drops. So for instance, if you take unique rings specifically, I dropped more than 30 rings over the course of this entire project, but they were almost all junk and not worth showing. So I feel like the video, to make it less drawn out, I'm really only highlighting Andariel's best drops. And the final main frequently asked question or point that I want to cover is that I had 450% magic find for this project. I think that any higher than that, it's not really worth it. I mean, I guess I could have gone like 600 or 700, but 450 was enough for me. But I did get some really good drops, guys, so let's take a look. I get my first noteworthy drop from Andariel on run 68. It's a double unique ring drop. A 229 attack rating, 19 to dexterity Ravenfrost, and a 62 to attack rating, 22% magic find Nagel ring. Andariel gives up a nice rune drop on run 124. It's the elusive Dobrunsky Isti rune. I dropped some really nice unique items on run number 157 and 198. First up, a unique Sharkskin belt. It's a 2% off of Perfect Enhanced Defense Razortail, followed by a Shaco and Thunder God's Vigor. Some really nice Javazon gear within 50 Andariel runs. Followed by two really valuable set item drops. First up is a set pair of battle boots, which are Alder's Advance. They rolled 47% to fire resistance. These boots are by far my favorite Javazon boot in the game. Faster run walk, 50 to life boostable by battle orders, huge amount of fire resistance, and damage taken goes to mana. They really are an amazing set item. This second set item drop is an amulet, which rolled Telrash's Adjudication. This amulet is arguably the hardest piece of the set to find, and it's a great item to use for magic finding with the 3-piece Tel set. If you watched my 50 set amulets video, you'll understand just how difficult an item it can be to find. Andariel drops another interesting double unique combination on run 355. This time it's a pair of battle boots and a ring. Unfortunately, the ring ended up being a Menald, but the War Travelers rolled 41% MF out of a maximum of 50. Andariel drops a unique amulet finally worth mentioning on the very next run. It's my 9th unique amulet so far, and it rolled Seraph's Hymn. A rare but not very useful amulet. The defensive auras, the damage and attack rating to undead and demons varies, but again, it's really only worth showing because it's a relatively rare drop. Another nice rune drop about 150 Andariel runs later. This time, it's a Gull rune. I always look at these runes as half of X to make Hodo because the only other somewhat useful rune word that uses the rune Gull is Death. My first skiller drops off of Andariel just 10 runs later. It was a plain Poison and Bone skiller for the Necromancer. Plus life or any other additional stats like strength or faster hit recovery would be nice, but it's still a skiller. Some of my favorite uniques in the game drop on run number 512 and 544. First is a Viper Magi that rolled 33 to all res. This is probably my favorite sorceress armor in Diablo 2, followed by a non-F 20% damage reduction Vamp Gaze. This item is one of my go-to picks for mercenary helmets. A nice small charm drops off of Andariel over 100 runs later. It's a 16 to life, 11% fire resistance small charm. It rolled perfect on the res and 4 off of perfect for life. All of these runs really pay off when Andariel drops me something awesome on run 729. Nearly 75% of the way through this project she drops me a Templar coat, but it's an Ethereal Guardian Angel. This is the #1 Trav Merc armor when it's ethereal, upped, and socketed with a Ral rune. This armor in combination with Kira's Guardian basically nullifies the Hydra damage from the Council. Andariel drops my 5th Shaco on run 788. I've only shown one so far to avoid repeat drops, but this one rolled close to perfect on defense, 135 out of a maximum of 141, so I wanted to show the drop. A somewhat unfortunate skiller drops on Andariel run 803. It's a passive and magic skills plus 23 to life Amazon skiller. A Javazon skiller with plus life would have been a lot more valuable, so this is definitely a bummer drop. Andariel redeems the Amazon skiller on run number 876. She drops another unique ring, which is actually the 26th unique ring that she has dropped so far during this project. But this one rolled very well. You guessed it, the Stone of Jordan. All 876 runs so far are worth it for simply this drop alone. The unique jewelry trend continues 20 runs later. This time though, Andariel drops a unique amulet. It's High Lord's Wrath, the undisputed #1 melee unique amulet in the game. 1 to all skills, 20 IAS, light res, and deadly strike based on character level. Everything that a melee character wants in an amulet. My last noteworthy drop from this 1000 run project is a duplicate rune drop on run 952. My second Gull rune. Not the best drop to cap off this video, but it's an overall decent find. Well guys, there you have it. That is the loot recap from 1000 Hell Andariel runs. Really do hope you guys enjoyed this video, and yes, I did get the SOJ. The Eth Guardian Angel armor was another really big bonus drop for me as well, but feel free to let me know in the comment section below what your favorite drop was from Andariel. Other than that, if you could throw a like on this video, share it, and even consider subscribing if you're new to my Diablo 2 YouTube channel. Post new weekly content and stream on a consistent basis, so there's always new stuff to look forward to, and your support with a subscription would mean a lot. Other than that, guys, I will catch you on my next video or stream. Have a good one.